Good morning, it is Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Crazy movement today within the market. We got about 5 minutes before the official market opens. Pretty sure going to watch BA Boeing out of the opening gates. If you're not familiar with my screen, ticker symbol BA, you can see that it's currently down $22, nearing the well-known $100 mark. Actually went down as low as 99, so it did break down through it. And I've traded this one quite a bit in the past days, so I'm getting more and more comfortable with it. So I'm, like I said, pretty sure I'm going to watch this one, but in this market, you never know. Something may pop up at the last second that may draw my attention, but like I said, the plan as of now, within market opening in 5 minutes, is going to watch BA, so I will keep you updated. All right, SBY here is bouncing. Oh, and I'm not able to short. Well, that's just notice that until now. Usually you're always able to short SPY, but on my broker there would be a green E right there, and I just try to go short. If you scroll back in the video, you see me, I click that sell button, which means I want to try to go short. Whereas let's just try Apple real quick. So Apple, see that E, that green E in that blue circle, that means you can short it, but when I go back to SPY, there's nothing there. Well, never mind on the short side of things. That's disappointing as the price is rolling down here. Let's see. Okay, well, at least you can short Roku, and Roku's making quite the move here. So let's see if we can maybe get a trade on this one. As you see here, just the data across the market delayed, waiting for the chart to finally show up, and there we go. Let's see. So would be interested to go short at 72.50 on Roku, but that one still got a ways to go. You do hear typing, so that's not your imagination. That's just me typing to the chat room community that I offer. All right, well, that was disappointing. Lesson there, I suppose no matter how often something usually is, always worthwhile to double check, but yeah, still, just can't short there. All right, well, I guess if I want to play SPY for the time being, then it's going to have to be from the long side of things. So let's pull that back up here and see if I can. Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, I will go ahead and pause. Well, as much as I would love to chase APRN and be buying right now, that is just, like I said, chasing. And even if that were to work out, that's a terrible habit to be forming. So I'm interested on this one on a pullback. Although, do we have a halt coming? Looking like this one's about to be halted. So this is all going to shut down here in just a second. So trading halt on the way. It's going to stop trading. There we go. So trading halted there. Things got a little too crazy, so government decided to step in. So there's a real-time example of the trading halt. So never mind on that one. I'm going to keep on looking around. All right, APRN's back. Have an order at 1051 to try to buy this current pullback here. It went down as low as 1061 so far. So we'll see if it wants to try to pull back down there again. Very, very fast mover. So that's why I realize it doesn't seem like it's that close to 1051 right now. But like I said, it's getting closer. There we go. Let's see. Looking like I got a chance now. Well, again, just stopped. All right. Well, I will pause at this point now. Okay, I adjusted my order down to 1015. Just because I don't like the way the price was necessarily acting. So I didn't feel comfortable anymore at 1051. So we'll see if it can drop down to the 1015 mark. All right, I think BA needs to pull back here a little bit. So there's the pullback, and all out there for $178 in, I don't know, what was that, about 10 seconds? So I'll take it. Let's see if I can find something else. I have an order at 68.65 here for 500 shares on Roku here on this pullback. Well, I don't like how it's just hovering right there. If you scroll back, you'll see that it was sitting right there in the 70s, and then just sitting in the 70s. So now what I'm worried of is just a quick move down there, which fills me and then puts me more underwater than what I would need to be. So that's why I'm adjusting it down to 68.15, because that was the move I was looking for right there. But as you saw, again, just scroll back and you'll see how the price was just hovering right above where I wanted in. So I got to adjust for that now by moving the entry point down to 68.15. Looking like 100 wants to be broken, and it was just broken right there. Oh, come on. Well, again, if you scroll back, you'll see it literally stopped just a few cents above where I wanted it in. So I'm going to go down to 99 at this point. So 99 now, my opening or attempted opening position. We'll see if it can get down there. Quite the crazy spike, just like that, up over 101. So I'm not, well, I try to get, there we go. So I'm short just 100 shares at 101.03 just because, yeah, that was just a very interesting move where, I mean, you almost think, is that just the algos or something taking over? So I'm going to take the quick, I don't know what that was, because I'll be honest, I'm not sure what that was, but I know it wasn't something quite right. And, you know, the quick little learning lesson there is if you see an opportunity, but you're not quite sure how exactly the opportunity is, you know, what's causing it, then a quick way to just control your risk is, well, I guess first off, just acknowledge, all right, there's something bizarre going on, but I'm not quite sure what is going on. But because of that, and because I still see there's opportunity, I need to at least manage the risk. So the way I did that was instead of using 500 shares, I just used 100. Now, of course, in hindsight, if I would have just kept it 500, I would have made a whole lot more money there, but that's hindsight. So again, the dynamic here that is very bizarre is there's been a quick spike. I mean, from breaking down below 100 to which you saw to getting down here, and then you didn't see it on video, but literally within about 2 seconds, all of a sudden the price was up over 101, which is a multi-point move in a very fast amount of time. And that's just not normal. Yeah, of course, stocks can move multi-points in a day or within a minute, but within literally 2 seconds, and I apologize that I didn't have the video rolling, but again, that's what happens when it happened in 2 seconds. That's just not the norm. So in many cases, that's just the algo, something goes a little haywire. And but like I said, maybe that was the start of something much bigger, but had it just continued to skyrocket, then yeah, I mean, with 100 shares, my risk was well under control. But I'm going to still monitor this because, yeah, who knows what exactly was going on here. It's looking like everything's calming down here, so wouldn't it be shocking to see it drift back down to the $100 mark and maybe below. But again, nice. I wasn't intending to have a learning lesson like that. But yeah, sometimes in the trading, you're going to see things, you're going to say, wait, that's not quite right. But I'm not quite, I mean, there's an opportunity there, but there's a little bit of goofiness going on. All right, acknowledge it and then adjust the risk. And a great way to adjust the risk, control the risk, is just drop your position size. So in this case, normally doing 500, dropped it all the way down to 100. But I'm going to keep a close eye on this. And like I said, wouldn't it be shocking to see it just drift back? I think this was probably just the algo. Somebody, in trading jargon, fat finger trade. Somebody put a big old order out there, and the algos just kind of raked them over the coals. And now it's going to return back to where it was, but we'll see what happens. I have an order at 50.75 here for 500 shares on SBUX. Just broke down through 51. Not the fastest of movers. Not going to give up on it quite yet. I'll give it a chance to show me it can actually move relatively quick, but There we go. All right, well, that's just a ridiculous move right there. So let's go to 50-51 instead. So 50-51. Oh, come on. It gave me 5. 5 of 500. There we go. 20. All right, there we go. So I'm in there for my opening allotment. So just 500 shares right now. Let's see what this thing wants to do. You know, in all honesty, the right thing to do is just get out, and I'm going to explain why. You're going to have to scroll back, but, well, you saw this sit at 5, and then if you watch closely, I think the next was 21, and then after that, it finally filled me the rest, which tells me this is going to be a very, very difficult one to trade when fills are that slow. And again, like I said, if you didn't notice it, just scroll back and watch that number. And it starts off, and I make the comment, oh, great, it gave me 5. And you'll see this entire number, or this entire line down here is the color yellow, and you'll see 5. And then after 5, you'll see the next number becomes 21, which means, okay, now the market gave me 21, but I wanted 500. And then all of a sudden, it finally gave me the rest, which just tells me, and like I was saying, just a very slow fill, and something that I shouldn't be a part of right now in this sort of market when you see that sort of slower movers, and you know it's just going to be very difficult to trade, and there's the move there. So right now this is proven to be right. Now if it wants to go very, very quick, I mean just all of a sudden flush down to 50, then that's a little different, but at the rate it was going, just too slow of a mover. But like I said, I'm going to keep an eye on it, and if it wants to shoot straight down to 50 relatively quickly, I would expect there to be quite a few buyers down there. So it could make some good sense at that point, but for the reasons discussed, just needed to get out. Well, as has been kind of the unintended theme, I'll just make one final learning lesson. It is now 11:38 a.m., so I've been at it for 2 hours, and you know I'm up $272. And not that I'm ungrateful for that, but the lesson here is, you know what, the life of a trader, I get it. It can feel great. Here are my results from yesterday on March 17th, and you can see made over $1,700 in basically the same exact amount of time. But here we have the very next day in the same exact amount of time, and it's $270. Again, I'm very grateful. I'm very happy that I made. So none of this is me sitting here complaining about making money or anything like that. But my point is, the learning lesson is, you know what? If you want to be a day trader, I get it. Sometimes social media, you know, certain areas out there can really make it portray like, hey, it's just money raining down from the sky all the time. And they portray a very glamorous side of things. And yes, there can be great upside. I mean, $1,700 that I made yesterday was very, very nice for me. But I mean, the other side of things is what you just saw unfold here, where I mean, things started off rough. I wasn't aware that my broker no longer had SBUX shares, so I went to hit the short button, and I hit the sold button, and then nothing happened. And then, oh, that's why nothing happened, because there's no shares. And then that would have been a great winning trade, first trade of the day. And then from there, I mean, it's not like it was a terrible day, but things just were a little bit bumpy. Things were a little rough. I couldn't quite get filled. And then when I got filled on SBUX, it was a very sketchy fill, which was the other learning lesson here. So the moral of the story here is that, you know what, as a day trader, not every single day is going to be great. Not every single day is going to be smooth sailing. Yesterday, when I made the $700, I mean, that was really smooth sailing. I don't want to use the word easy, because nothing's easy, but the trades just worked beautifully. And I'd get in and things would just, that's what I thought would happen. And it happened within a relatively fast amount of time. And it was just, like I said, smooth sailing. And today, as you witnessed, the waters got a little bit rockier. And I get it, rocky waters, it's one thing to say, but hopefully the live trade video has kind of shown you and helped you visualize what rocky waters can be, where you can still make money, but it's just not exactly smooth. So that's how it closed out today. I suppose I could put some more trades on, but at this point, I have no problem admitting a little frustrated. It's just kind of an annoying morning. And it's okay to be annoyed as a trader. The key thing, though, is self-awareness and admitting to yourself and acknowledging the fact that you are annoyed, because when you identify that you are annoyed, well, you know how to better fight that off. And for me, I'm going to go fight it off. I'm going to go work out, and just maybe when I come back, I'll have a clearer set of mind. But as of right now, I just need to step away. So that's how it played out. A lot of learning lessons. So I guess that's the benefit of things. Really not the most entertaining probably trading action, but sometimes that's just how it is. So if you enjoyed this video, and especially do you enjoy when I make these little lessons within the video, if you do enjoy the lessons, comment down below, I like the lessons. That's all you have to say. I like the lessons. So 4 words. Let me know down below if you enjoy when I kind of incorporate some lessons into these live trade videos. Maybe you're thinking, no, Clay, just stick with the trading. I don't need to these other side little rabbit holes of learning lessons. But so I'm curious what you think on that, or if you just have questions at all, in general, please leave those down in the comment section. I pride myself in reading them and responding to them. All you got to do is go to any other video I do and go through the comment section, and you'll see I reply to, well, I'd say probably 90% of them. Sometimes you lose track of them. And then also, if you're, I don't have any questions, or anything like that, and I got to get going, cool, I get it. We're up over 16 minutes now on the video. But if you do enjoy these videos, the easy way to communicate that to me, just hit that like button. I would appreciate it. And like I said, very efficient way to tell me to keep making these videos. And then also check out the channel as a whole. Lots of other live trade videos. There's lots of quick tip videos and such. So there's a good variety on the channel. So check it out, and hopefully you decide to subscribe. So get out there and trade, and please, please, please realize not every day is going to be smooth sailing. Rocky waters will hit you, and that's okay. That's part of being a trader. Doesn't make you a bad trader. Doesn't mean your strategy doesn't work anymore. That's just part of the market. So beware, and hopefully you're navigating these rough waters halfway decent too. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only 1 losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up, as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.